So today I'm doing a candle reading. However, I do feel like I've been picking up on this energy for I'm not sure how long, but it felt strong enough that I feel compelled to do the specific reading. So as I was preparing for this, I accidentally knocked over my pray night, and with this particular one falling over, I do feel as if there's, I heard the word coincidence, so it feels dismissive, and so it feels like there's some sort of connection here where you would have received some sort of divine guidance, and you're dismissing it as a mere coincidence rather than it being guidance itself, because there's a part of you that's denying that something is out of your control now. I don't know if it's specifically that something ended and that's what would be upsetting, or if it's a feeling that something won't end. But it's connected to fear. So if I say something won't end, then I have the feeling of fear that's connected with that. And so this guidance is pushing for you to, well, they're saying they want you to hear it again so that you know that it's real. It's like sometimes you just need the message over and over and over again until it's substantial enough that you start listening, because they do believe, see, it looks scattered. They're showing me scattered energy, but they're also connecting this to some sort of star family. So you may have a connection, or at least recognize that you have a connection to a star family, or you might identify as a star seed. And they're saying that there's something about connecting to your history. So this particular star family is one where it feels as if there was turmoil, some sort of turmoil or healing pattern. It's almost like a mass healing pattern in this planet, and well, it's somehow connected to you now. Like whatever you're experiencing now, it's somehow connecting to this. So I'm seeing it as blooming. You're blooming. So to see this experience as blooming, and then they're showing energy. Okay, they're pointing the energy out as not being able to sleep or stay asleep. So waking up and feeling anxious, feeling stressed, or feeling sad. But then I get this swooping energy. So the swooping feels like a guide, and no, yes and no. It's like your higher self serving as your guide, connecting to some sort of, again, it's a past life experience. So you existing in this other planet. Why is this coming up? What is going on with you? It's almost as if you're coming to terms, or you're healing something. Like it's almost like you have to fully accept yourself as this being. I think that the one I'm seeing is the Zeta Reticuli, and I'm not familiar exactly with who exactly they are, but that's kind of where I'm being pulled. So if you know specifically too what deck I'm referring to, then you're being encouraged to spend some specific time with that deck. It's really important that you sever yourself from this past. It's like a past life trauma. And it's coming up currently because your guides are, it's kind of the word begging, but it's just really being highlighted, like we need to sever this, we need to separate this, right? You kind of, like, for example, you hear about the kids, right? Like if you're three-year-old kids, all of that, where they're suffering from this past life trauma, and then they eventually grow out of it. Like they forget that they felt that way, you know, or they had these memories. So your guides are wanting, it's coming up for you to recall this in order to release this. And I'm asking, like, how does this connect to your life currently? But they're saying that it doesn't. And I think it's important for you to know that your past lives, in this particular instance, is not connected to whatever you're experiencing now. It's almost like this pain is not carried on. There's no karma connected to this. Like, it's bad nor good. Like, this is something that you experienced and something that you need to come to terms with and release in some way. You shouldn't carry that on in this life. It's something that needs to be released. And they want you to be able to trust these visions or these feelings or this trauma, because the more that you may deny it or the more you suppress it, the more it disrupts your life, the more it's disrupting your experience here. And so that's the way that it may seem connected, is because if things are negatively impacting your manifesting in your life right now, something that you're not comfortable with and is kind of sticking in your experience, this is not because it's connected to your past life. It's because you're not fully embracing and accepting what had happened in order for you to be able to release. It's like you have to feel those feelings in order to really dive in and accept it and see that there's something with your past life that's, it's not, it's like there's something it's like it was out of your control. It's not necessarily your fault. And it's not something, at least, that you have to pay for in this life. And so when you're ready to see that, then you're ready to let that go. And letting that go will help you more freely navigate things that may be preventing you from fully embracing and moving forward in circumstances you're undergoing or enduring currently. I'm seeing this print here. It's kind of like that trippy wavy print. So that might be significant here. It's kind of reminding me too of like pinks, like the pink kind of like Barbie. So there could be a connection here to the 90s. Why am I saying the 90s? I guess because I'm saying the 90s Barbie, but maybe it's like 70s to 90s. So the particular era, or like from 1970s to 1990s, or this could be maybe the numbers itself. There might be something in the numbers, but I'm also seeing it as false reality. It's a feeling of false reality where it's like living in Barbie land, like in this lifetime it's living in this kind of, like, I'm seeing a boardwalk, it's like the middle of the summer and it's a boardwalk and it's picture perfect, but it's not real. So it's almost like it doesn't feel real, or it's not real for me. But it can be real, or it is real, and it can be integrated into your life. It's just the things that have been plaguing you have to be fully addressed. It's like not just that's what I'm saying. It's like they want you to not just acknowledge it by speaking about it or, you know, addressing it in some way. Like, you have to really go even deeper. They need you to go deeper, not just say, I looked at it, okay, for the sake of saying I did. There has to be a deeper acceptance of that and allowing yourself to feel whatever feelings come up, and then that's going to integrate everything together. And they're saying that you have to believe that what it is that you want or that you desire is possible for you. It's important that you tell yourself these things. You send yourself this message that it is possible. So it's also cleaning up the way that you're speaking to yourself and about yourself. Not just I'm just seeing it like a very clean environment. So in every act that you do, being intentional with how you see yourself and how you speak about yourself and how you think about yourself and how you treat yourself. It's very important here. So that's what I'm seeing. If you have been getting visions, or you start seeing visions of a particular energy, this can come through in orbs, this can come through in a dream, or this can come through as just really seeing them around. Feels like a male figure, but they feel very light. So it could be like a young male. That's kind of where I'm getting towards. This is a young male, or just very soft features on this male. Could be an angelic presence, and this is just an indication. This is a guide, someone that's serving with you and for you, and you can trust this energy. So anything else? You just have to believe. The last thing is, like, you have to also believe and know that whatever is meant for you, that door is not ever going to be closed. You don't have to feel the almost like a need to rush, and you don't need to feel as if you aren't going to get there. It's going to happen as long as you just continually commit yourself to that and move towards that. If it's meant for you, it's always going to be available for you. It's always going to be open for you. That door is not ever going to close for you. So don't allow yourself to create narratives that block you from that. Just keep believing in your cause and working towards it, because it matters. That step and that continuous step is important, and it matters. All right, so that's what I'm seeing for you all, this burnout, and you can observe it if you would like to see if it gives you any more messages.